Doctor, about the date?
Yeah.
The head doctor and Rachel walked away, and I felt the doctor's gaze turn disdainful. How could she lie like that just because I was a new worker? Why would she want to ruin my reputation with the medical staff and our colleagues? I didn't understand. Fighting back tears, I promised myself that I'd make her pay. I have experience, knowledge, and pride from my previous job. My time in this industry may be shorter than hers, but that doesn't matter. I will get my revenge. Despite her relentless harassment, I worked hard, determined not to let her win. My efforts paid off, and slowly my performance improved. 8 months had passed since I joined the company. One morning during a sales department meeting, Rachel spoke.
Thank you for your hard work this month. The manual revisions and training sessions have been tough, but thanks to you, our sales have steadily increased over the past 6 months. I really appreciate it.
For once, the tension in the room eased and employees smiled. She rarely spoke like this, so everyone felt more relaxed.
So, here's a surprise. Today, we're going out for Kobe beef, courtesy of the company. The CEO will be joining us, so please try to attend.
The employees started buzzing with excitement.
Yes, Wagyu.
A young worker cheered. This is so last minute. I didn't bring my makeup, a female employee complained. Everyone had their own thoughts, but in the end, everyone agreed to go. That night, we all gathered at the restaurant Rachel had chosen. Employees sat with their close friends while I, not particularly close to anyone, took a seat at the front. A few minutes later, Rachel arrived with the CEO. The employees who had arrived earlier stood up and greeted them. I did the same. When Rachel spotted me, she smirked and said,
Everyone, great job. Enjoy yourselves and eat as much as you want.
She then added,
This is a reward for our top performers.
The employees smiled happily, but the next moment the room fell silent.
Melody, why are you here?
What do you mean? I replied, confused by her question.
This dinner is to reward our top performers. You're not one of them, so why are you here?
What? I couldn't process her words. She had indeed said, let's go eat Wagyu steak with our top performers. It was a scheme to exclude me. The employees who had been cheerful a moment ago now looked confused and remained silent. They sensed the tension. Rachel continued.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Why should someone as incompetent as you get the same rewards as our top performers?
She added.
Do I need to be more direct? You're not invited to this dinner. Leave now.
She spoke with a mocking smile. I looked down, my shoulders shaking, fists clenched. I had reached my limit. This was too much. I had been passionate about my work since my previous job. I never slacked off, not even once, since I joined this company. In fact, I worked harder because of Rachel. I hadn't achieved massive results, but I had improved my performance. Her words were too much. I was furious, but took a deep breath to calm myself. I glanced at the CEO, who nodded with a smile. The moment had finally come. I spoke up. I was headhunted by the CEO to join this company.
What?
Do you understand what I'm saying? I was headhunted by your CEO, Mr. Torres, to join this company. Rachel was speechless, her mouth open in shock. The employees started murmuring,
No way.
And,
Seriously?
Do you know what headhunting means? It means I was recruited.
Recruited? What are you talking about? Why would someone like you be recruited?
She asked, still in disbelief. I decided to explain. I was brought here to improve the company's performance. Mr. Torres noticed my achievements at my previous job and reached out to me. Rachel began to understand, her eyes darting nervously, but she wasn't about to give up.
So what? Even if you were headhunted, you're still incompetent. How did you get recruited with such mediocre results?
I understand why you think that.
Exactly. Your results are nowhere near mine.
She shouted, clearly agitated, her makeup covered, face flushed. The CEO intervened.
If I may, it's hard to run a company based solely on one person's sales performance. That's why I asked Miss Kuhn to help improve the performance of all our employees.
What do you mean?
Rachel asked, bewildered.
She suggested 2 things. First, to create a manual based on her sales experience for the employees to follow. Second, to hold training sessions to reform their mindset and approach, boosting their motivation and performance.
So, the recent manual revisions and training sessions were her ideas, which improved our employees' performance?
Exactly. Thanks to her, our sales are doing well.
The CEO confirmed. Rachel whispered,
No way.
looking defeated. The CEO continued with a calm smile.
You've been calling Miss Kuhn incompetent, but can you still say that knowing the facts?
Rachel muttered to herself, losing her composure. She no longer had the composure she had before. However, whether out of pride or something else, she still tried to argue back.
Even if what you're saying is true, her personal sales haven't improved. She can train others, but if she's incompetent herself, it's not convincing.
She was determined to label me as incompetent. I had no idea why she held such a grudge against me. The CEO continued.
Miss Kuhn's job isn't just to improve her own sales. Her role is to boost the company's overall sales.
Rachel, still trying to undermine me, said,
From my perspective as her superior, her work attitude is unacceptable.
Desperately trying to bring me down, she was met with the CEO's final blow.
Miss Kuhn is set to become an area manager soon. She'll be your superior.
I'm sorry? Why would someone incompetent be my boss?
You still don't get it, do you? She's not just an employee. She was brought here because we asked her to. It's only natural we give her a suitable position. Frankly, she is far superior to you.
The CEO concluded. Rachel was left speechless, unable to argue further. The dinner at the fancy steakhouse was cancelled. Since we had only reserved seats, for the exact number of people, the cancellation fee wasn't too high. Defeated, Rachel silently took a taxi and left. She took 2 weeks off work. When she returned, she was unkempt, with messy hair and shabby clothes. She was banned from visiting medical institutions due to her appearance and demeanor, and many clients requested a change in their representative. She muttered to herself constantly, unsettling everyone. Eventually, she grabbed an innocent employee, accusing them of bad-mouthing her, and assaulted them. The police were called, and she was arrested on the spot. Even as she was taken away, she shouted,
I'm the best!
She was dismissed from her job and is now awaiting trial in custody. 2 years have passed since then. I successfully contributed to the company's growth and became an area manager. I now oversee medical institutions in my area and support our employees. I'm well respected in the company, and like my previous job, I've created a great work environment. I'm grateful for my job and want to continue doing what I love. With this in mind, I continue to work hard every day.